because he's shining radiant with God's glory. I thought about putting a veil on my face too, so it doesn't blind you. A little bit about the life of St. Ignatius of Loyola. The founder of the Jesuits was on his way to military fame and fortune when a cannonball shattered his leg. Because there were no novels on hand through his convalescence, he whiled away the time reading a life of Christ and lives of the saints. His conscience was deeply touched, and a long, painful turning to Christ began. Having seen the Mother of God in a vision, he made a pilgrimage to her shrine at Montserrat near Barcelona. He remained for almost a year at nearby Manresa, sometimes with the Dominicans, sometimes in a pauper's hospice, often in a cave in the hills, praying. After a period of great peace of mind, he went through a harrowing trial of scruples. There was no comfort in anything: prayer, fasting, sacraments, penance. At length, his peace of mind returned. It was during this year of conversion that Ignatius began to write down material that later became his greatest work, the Spiritual Exercises. He finally achieved his purpose of going to the Holy Land, but could not remain as he planned because of the hostility of the Turks. He spent the next 11 years in various European universities, studying with great difficulty, beginning almost as a child. Like many others, he fell victim twice to the suspicions of the time and was twice jailed for brief periods. In 1534, at the age of 43, he and 6 others, one of whom was St. Francis Xavier, vowed to live in poverty and chastity and to go to the Holy Land. If this became possible, they vowed to offer themselves to the apostolic service of the Pope. The latter became the only choice. 4 years later, Ignatius made the association permanent. This new Society of Jesus was appointed by Pope Paul III, and Ignatius was elected to serve as its first general. When companions were sent on various missions by the Pope, Ignatius remained in Rome, consolidating the new venture, but still finding time to found homes for orphans, catechumens, and penitents. He founded the Roman College, intended to be the model of all other colleges of the society. Ignatius was a true mystic. He centered his spiritual life on the essential foundations of Christianity: the Trinity, Christ, the Eucharist. His spirituality is expressed in the Jesuit motto, Ad Majorem Dei Gloria, for the greater glory of God. In his concept, obedience was to be the prominent virtue to assure the effectiveness and mobility of his men. All activity was to be guided by a true love of the Church and unconditional obedience to the Holy Father, for which reason all professed members took a 4th vow to go wherever the Pope should send them for the salvation of souls. When Martin Luther nailed his theses to the church door at Wittenberg in 1517, Ignatius was prompted. He founded the society that was to play so prominent a part in the Catholic Reformation. He was an implacable foe of Protestantism. Yet the seeds of ecumenism may be found in his words. He wrote, "Great care must be taken to show forth orthodox truth in such a way that if any heretics happen to be present, they may have an example of charity and Christian moderation." He continued, "No hard words should be used, nor any sort of contempt for their errors be shown." Ignatius recommended this prayer to his penitents: "Receive, Lord, all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, and my whole will. You have given me all that I have, all that I am, and I surrender all to your divine will, that you dispose of me. Give me only your love and your grace. With this I am rich enough, and I have no more.